This one's going up for sale, and mainly doing this video because I've had a local that's been asking me about it, wanting me to test it, make sure it's good to go. Maco 200, I haven't had the covers off of it. The fan does work on it. It's nice shape. It's either got 8950s in it, which is what they came with, 4 of them, unless someone has done a conversion on it and changed it to a cheaper tube. So, generally speaking, most time I end up seeing somewhere between 350 and 450 watts PEP out of these. I have had a couple in the past that would do over 500 with a real stout set of tubes in them. But generally, you're going to be in the ballpark of 150 to 200 watts average. And then, 350, 450, something like that, PEP. But this one's in good shape. It's got a 3-position switch on the standby. That's actually a preamp down there. In the middle, it's in standby. Up, it's just regular operate. Sideband delay actually works on it. High and low works. We'll demonstrate that in a second. Power or light is pretty dim, but it works. Hello, hello, hello. Your little modulation light works, which is also generally a good indicator of how in tune the amp is. If you get it out of tune, it won't light up as bright. Someone put some marks on it before. We're actually pretty close to the marks. We're just a little bit off, but that's where they had it marked for it to be in tune. Hitting it with a single final radio, which it will take all day long, about 10 watts average, 35 PEP. That's what we're going to test it with. We'll show what it does average and PEP. Again, I would prefer not to ship one of these unless you're just someone that is absolutely in love with this thing and you have to have me ship it. Generally, tube amps, I try to just keep local pickup only. I mean, it's just a lot of aggravation, a lot of risk to ship these. I have to take it apart, take the tubes out, wrap them, generally put them in another box, put some bubble wrap on the inside of the amp most times, and then wrap the amp up. So shipping tube amps can be kind of a pain in the rear. If someone is really just dying to have it, we can maybe work something out. But it is a nice one. Nice example of a Maco 200. Okie doke, guys. So we got a 1,000 watt slug here. We're going to be looking at the bottom scale. I'll just go ahead and zoom in a little bit. We'll just go ahead and throw a dead key. It's about a 100 watt dead key. About 180 average, so that's pretty good. And then PEP. 400 PEP. Audio. Oh, a little more actually. Looks like it's actually talking more than it's audio. And so, hello, audio. Check 1, 2, 3. Audio. And I've had this thing tuned up. I probably tuned it. Let's back up here a little bit. I probably tuned it about 10 minutes ago. So that's a good sign. And you say, well, why is that a good sign? Well, if the tubes were weak in it, after I spent a little time tuning it, left it alone, I'd come back and it would generally be out of tune. Like your power out would be less, and then if you retuned it, it would come back up. So if you've got an amp that's got bad tubes or weak tubes in it, a lot of times you can tune it, get max output out of it, come back, and it'll be doing 50, 60, 70, maybe even 100 watts less, maybe even half as much power. This one's holding a good tune, so at least to let you know that the tubes in it are in pretty good shape. We can go to low power, show you what it does PEP. Zoom back in here. Hello, audio, check. We're still looking at the bottom scale, 1,000 watt slug, about 175 or so PEP. Audio, check. 1, 2, 3. Audio, check. 1, 2, 3. Audio. Now, something I'll tell you guys about Maco amps, it's interesting. Not all of them do this. And I've never really gotten a clear explanation as to why they do it. I think it's something to do with the transformers they used. How stable the voltage is and stuff of that nature. But a lot of times with Macos, they're notorious for this, and it's hard to explain exactly what it is. But when you hear someone talking on one over the air, you will watch. Let's just say my finger is a signal meter. They'll be talking, it'll go over, and it'll kick back and pull forward as they talk. It won't ever. I'm not talking in between words. I'm talking about like in between syllables. Like they'll be talking over, and it'll kick back and pull over to the right. Over, kick back, pull to the right. It's kind of a weird thing to see, but it's a notorious thing with Maco amps. Now, a lot of times you can actually see it on your watt meter too. and this one's not doing it. So I've had them in the past where they would do that, like in between syllables, they would do that kickback and then bounce forward. This one doesn't seem to be doing it. The workaround with that, if you have one of these, sometimes you can tune it for a dead key and it won't do that. Like where I tune this one for peak output, modulation, what have you, you can tune these sometimes with a dead key and it'll knock that kickback out of it. Just a little extra information for you if you've encountered that. It's something that is notorious. Macos, Maco 200s, Maco 300s especially. I feel like they were even worse for it. Maco 75 and the Super 75, not so much, but the 200, the 300, the Brute, even the 750, they would all do that little kickback thing. Not all of them, but some of them would. Like I said, this one doesn't seem to be doing it, but that's it, everybody. Maco 200. If my local buys it, then it won't be for sale, and if he doesn't, then we'll put it up for a local pickup only. Nice running little amp here. Make somebody a good one. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. See you, bye.